Ah, yes. More YouTuber RNG, I know. I am not climbing that stupid tower to go deal with those dumb hunters. I hate all of them. I hate all of them.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gamey Daddy channel. So, first of all, I got the Ridgeway chess piece and I did not get it from the Summit. And I'm going to tell you how I got it. You guys were in the stream last night where I played one legendary mission with a group of random players. We just match made. Two of them were in the same clan. And if anybody helps me see this agent, send him a thank you message from me. Tell him Gamey Daddy says thank you so much for dropping this Ridgeway's chess piece for me, because I've actually been targeting all my guys who've gotten it to run with them. Maybe it'll drop for them and I can get get myself one of those, aka YouTuber RNG, whatever you want to call it. But I remember going to the Summit with Identity and a few guys, and we tried it the very first time. And I understand that we had streamed the Summit the whole day, and I played 11 hours of the Summit, if you get what I mean. And so that pretty much was, a very tiring process. And since then, I haven't really gone back in there. So I kind of told myself, all I'm going to do is just run with people who have it, because a bunch of my guys are telling me, you need to run with us. It's dropping for us in the open world. We already grinded all the hunters and everything. And I even used my own accounts, because I have some hunters that I haven't taken out yet, to kind of, help Identity get some hunters to take out in order to be able to get the remaining components. And so I was like, man, this is going to be such a long process. I just lost interest as a whole, but my eye was still out there. And I also wanted to test and see if it was actually a true phenomenon for this thing to drop for you. And so for those who already have it, I think they are now able to drop for other people. My source even says traded, and this is quite exciting. You guys saw the way I was, freaking out, excited in the stream about, getting these drops. And I definitely understand from the perspective of somebody who, is a YouTuber. There's what my buddy Ajito has been making fun of me, saying I have YouTuber RNG, and I do have YouTuber RNG. It is what it is. But also, I have a second account where I actually do play on. And that account is not, it doesn't have my name on it when I usually run around. I mean, I changed it just recently to Gamey Daddy 02, but that account, I'm going to go back and change the name to something random. And I understand running and not having any friends that you can just, run missions with on that account. And even in that account, I've had people drop things like tardigrade armor, what's the name of this? The Merciless, drop all kinds of weapons for me because I just asked. So to me, I think there's a very important aspect of having these things, even though they may be exclusive to specific places, having them actually make their way and spill over to the open world, even if there's a small chance for that to happen. Now, I can understand saying things like the Eagle Bearer, the Ravenous, the Regulus need to be locked behind the raid. The raid is not that hard to do and all of that. But trust me, if you're running by yourself, you've not really immersed yourself into the community. And now that we have players back and forth moving in through the game and new players coming in, I think it'll be a very worthwhile venture to allow for those who've owned the Eagle Bearer or who've owned any of these weapons that are exclusive to the raid to have a small chance of them dropping in the open world, so that these things can spill over into other players, and it will just foster and make players happy. There's a fun aspect to this game that's missing when they do these exclusive things, and to me, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Massive, I know you want people to grind, but trust me, fun is way better than your stupid calendar, because these are the people that are going to fund your projects down the road. So it's nice, in my opinion. I think it's a sensible measure. There's nothing crazy about it, that you say, okay, let there be an indirect means that players can get this, but it's not guaranteed nonetheless, because even the stupid gun is not even guaranteed when you open the stash inside of the Dark Hours raid. This is, my Eagle Bear was actually dropped for me too by a buddy of mine. And I will be happy to drop an Eagle Bear for somebody, but at the same time, to go back into the raid right now, there's a scarcity of people who are playing Operation Dark Hours, except you find yourself in a situation where there are dedicated teams running. And this is, in my opinion, honestly, one of the reasons I have not dedicated my time to even playing the second raid, because it just left a kind of a weird taste in my mouth, because I'm used to the Division 1 method of incursions where we had 4-man groups. We could easily matchmake and go in there. And I understand another layer too, that matchmaking can be a dumpster fire. But at the end of the day, let it be a dumpster fire that people voluntarily put their hands into. You know, it's one thing if you get burned for putting your hands in fire, which I don't think we can call a matchmaking in a raid dumpster fire. Chill. You know, I think it's something that will really foster a community aspect if players can find themselves in a position where they get a lot of these weapons. I can tell you that some of my exotics, I've gotten some from, regular drops, but I can tell you from running 2 different accounts, I've been fortunate to have players who already had it just drop it for me. And that really made my day. It made the game have a more satisfying feel at the end of everything. And I was happy to log back in. I don't know if our developers don't understand continuity and the psychology of making a player feel that player satisfaction in a looter shooter, or if we just need the player to continue to be there and grind for us to be able to hold off till we drop new content. If you make players happy, it doesn't matter if they get everything and then they say, I got everything, and leave the game for a few months. When you drop new content, new gear, new items, they'll come back, as proven by the seasons. Players are coming back and grinding the seasons, and some of them are grinding it and leaving. Some of them are grinding it and staying, because you drop a new item like the backfire exotic. I know a bunch of guys who said, yeah, we're going to come and grind a season and go, and they haven't left because they are looking for that perfect build that will make them, that will give them the right combination for the backfire exotic. So these things, they cascade down in the game as a whole, and I don't think the developers consider or weigh that, because if somebody gets, to the point where, they're about to leave, they're like, you know what, I've already grinded everything, but I don't have the Eagle Bearer, and one day somebody gets an Eagle Bearer and says, anybody want an Eagle Bearer, and drops it for them. Do you know the floodgates of playtime that you've opened for a player to, just basically experiment with an Eagle Bearer? Like, oh, you got an Eagle Bearer. Oh my gosh. Now I got to go get a build for it because it's got headshot damage. Oh, what do I run? And now it opens up a whole bunch of farming opportunities, because now that's a whole build that they're trying to put together. And here in the Division community, on average, it will take you at least 10 to 15 hours to get a decent build together around one particular weapon or one build style if you're serious about maxing things out. And so, I mean, I think if you're going to get an extra 10, to 15 or 20 hours from a player from providing that opportunity for them, then why not do it? Why not use every single lever that you can and open the doors for these things? Now, I know somebody might at the end of the day say, but I can understand it gives people an incentive to play all that content. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who always say the Division 2 is this and this and this, we are right now sitting on more content than the Division 1 ever brought at this time of its own life cycle. The Division 2 has basically outdone the Division 1 in terms of content. And as crazy as it sounds, it is what it is. We have 2 raids, we have 3 legendary missions, we have 4 strongholds, which are basically, they're not incursions, but it is what it is. We have map expansions, have a whole different city. Now we have the Summit mode, and then Kinley College is getting revamped for something, maybe a seasonal aspect of the game. So in terms of PVE, don't get me wrong, let's not jump into the PvP side. The Division has a bunch of content. The open world activities that you can do, the seasons, if you bought the first season pass, I know it's maddening, but they're classified missions if you want to get those achievements and all that stuff. It is what it is. Did I say we have 4 strongholds? I think we have 5. We have 2 for the Black Tusk, White Oak, and this. And so there are activities to do everywhere. There are open world activities. There are control points that you can come back and they recycle. That's the replayable content in the game. And so right now, I just don't think it needs to be staunchly held that way. I think we might also get another raid as well too, but I think that other raid needs to come at the cusp of when they're saying, okay, we're going to start letting these weapons trickle into, even if it's just the Eagle Bearer, because the raid is already 2 years old. Let's just let that, weapon trickle into the, into the general population. I think that's going to be something that's worth, doing. Anyways, I'm going to quit my rant for now. I just wanted to just let you guys know that if you don't have this chess piece for now anyways, anyone who's gotten it, you might want to, find the opportunity to run with them, help them farm and all that. perhaps it may spill over to you. And that's a very nice way to look at it. And, if it doesn't spill over to you, then you have the guaranteed, run on getting, the summit done and getting all the keys and all that stuff. That's also another way to do it. And if you say, well, the summit is too boring, well, wait till title update 11.1 comes out. You'll still play the summit because that's where you can now get more guaranteed targeted loot to yourself. Anyways, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for your time and audience. I appreciate you guys a lot. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. Peace.